wash your hands before you.
This is Jay Black.
I'm the Mrs.
And this is Seven the Slayer. Welcome to Chop It Up.
Roll son.
Stay tuned and enjoy. Hello. Welcome to Chop It Up. Today our topic is gonna be smoking through forgiveness. I'm sorry, and we're going to start off. We got 9 topics that we're gonna do for smoking through forgiveness, and we got Seven the Slayer here. And we got Jay Black.
What's up, pass the fucking lighter? That's that shit like an hour ago.
So we getting everything together. Sorry, we a little off today. We had a little technical difficulties, but we're gonna jump right in. How you doing, Uncle John? Today's topic is forgiveness. 9 steps to forgiveness. So our first step is know exactly how you feel about what happened and be able to articulate what about the situation is not okay. Then tell a trusted couple of people about your experience. So knowing exactly what you're upset about and being able to articulate that, and then some trusted people that you know and you trust with your information, you can tell how you feel about this whole stage of forgiveness. What y'all think about that?
I'm not too big on telling too many people situations, because the more you add to the pot, the more bullshit you get. So I mean, yeah, it's more like to that trusted individual that you want to tell stuff to. I'm fine with that. But forgiveness is actually comes from within you. Someone said to me a long time ago, when you don't forgive a person, you allow them to pay rent in your head. And so I'm all about evicting them motherfuckers. So forgive and forget. I forgive, but don't forget. And just let it go.
That analogy definitely does make sense. If you let somebody occupy space in your brain and you're not allowing yourself to forgive and let it go and let that space be free so you have peace of mind, then yeah, you're giving them a lot of rights to your mental.
There's also other levels and situations of forgiveness, because everybody can't do a roll out. I evict the roll out. There's different levels of forgiveness where you have to work with the person every day. That may be, that may be your dream job, and the person you work with every day, they screw you over, you hate them, but that's your dream job. You love it, but you want to give that dream job up because of that person. You want to basically coexist. Some people have to still coexist and forgive, and that's where the real battle comes. You're seeing the person every day and remembering and that stuff will drive up corner points where you get irritated.
Yeah, I definitely can understand that.
As far as what I can say about forgiveness, I'm a hard person to forgive. It all depends on what the situation is. For me, all depending on what happened, what was said, and this and that, sometimes you can't come back from it. The weakness of it is being gullible. If you constantly allow situations to happen, you wouldn't have to worry about forgiveness.
So that makes a lot of sense as well. And the next step, they say, step number 2 to forgiveness is make a commitment to yourself to do what you have to do to feel better. So whatever it is.
FDB, fuck that bitch. And I ain't talking about females, I'm talking about individuals. Fuck that bitch.
whatever you gotta do, you gotta commit yourself to that to make yourself feel better. So if you need a drink once a night, or you need to cut the picture out of that person to make yourself feel better, or whatever you gotta do to make yourself feel better, you have to commit to that and be willing to go through that process. What you think, Jay?
I mean, a process is a process. It doesn't have numbers on it. It can take a while. It can take a short period of time. All depending on how you want your process to go.
Right. So step 3 is forgiveness is for you and not for anyone else. Forgiveness does not necessarily mean reconciliation with the person that hurt you or condoning of their actions. What you are after is to find peace. Forgiveness can be defined as the peace and understanding that comes from blaming that which has hurt you less, taking the life experiences less personally, and changing your grievance story. So what do you guys think about that?
It's still fuck that bitch to the max, but at the same time, the grieving process comes where you have to come to terms with what you did wrong and what you allowed in a situation, so that you can know what to do better in the next situation, so that you don't get trapped in the same vicious cycle or whatever it is that you're doing.
I mean, my question is this: why do people put themselves in situations to end up not having that person that love them to forgive them for what they have done? Why even do it or put yourself in that position?
Some people don't like
Right, and they doing what's best for them. And at the time, they may not necessarily know that they're hurting you, but they only doing what's best for them. So, that comes in with, not condoning their actions, like it says, you know what I'm saying, and being prepared for that person possibly not, willing to forgive you, or not even wanting to hear anything you gotta say. But that's why I say forgiveness starts with yourself.
it also, but taking a step further, forgiveness, you also have to love yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, how are you going to forgive yourself in the first place?
Big point.
So, it's definitely a big part. So, that's where you take back the self-evaluation, and, you take it one step at a time. You write you down some goals. You think about some positive things about yourself. You still got to keep your self-esteem in the process, because through the forgiveness process of yourself, you may be beating yourself up about a lot of things, but at the same time, you got to find a ground to stand on. Whether it's, I make the best pancakes, or, I fold clothes, or, I'm always to work on time. Things of that nature, I always give good in church. Something stupid, whatever it is. I'm just naming things that are off beat and on beat, so that you know that it doesn't matter how small of a thing that you're good at. Remind yourself of that, just to keep some positivity in your life, so that when you're going through the forgiveness stages, you just don't beat yourself down. Because if you don't, you'll never get through the steps of forgiveness for yourself and the other person. Get your Venn diagram, break it back down to 5th grade.
I mean, but when you think about it, matter of fact, the key to not have to go that direction is just to have a conversation. If you mad at your partner, you mad at whoever, to sit down and have the conversation seems like it's the hardest thing for someone to do, which they always look at the easy route to go, and that's how these situations happen.
Well, that leads us right into the next step, which is number 4. Get the right perspective on what's happening. Recognize that your primary distress is coming from the hurt feelings, thoughts, and physical upset you are suffering now, not what offended you or hurt you 2 minutes or 10 years ago. Forgiveness helps to heal those hurt feelings. So that goes goes to the people that are holding grudges forever, and you basically forget what you mad about. But in turn, you just, for some reason, you still have these feelings of hurt. And that's what you're really trying to get rid of. That's what the forgiveness is really for. Those feelings of hurt that you're reminded of every time you see that person, you hear that voice, you hear that name, whatever it may be. That's what you're really trying to get rid of, I think, is the hurt. Which step 4 is trying to say.
Take it back to money bag, yo. Pride joint. Put the bullshit behind them. Go where they can't find us.
Right.
You know, that shit deep right there. Because first you gotta ask yourself, can you put the bullshit behind you? You know, I mean, I understand step number 4. You know, get on the perspective. Yes, you have to look at it from both ways, positive and negative. But you have to be honest with yourself. Whatever it is that you did, they did, whoever it is that took you and that person to a situation where you need forgiveness, or you have to forgive them who just sent you to a hug. That's just something different. My grandmother always used to say, man, everybody got baggage. It's all about what you can deal with.
But I also heard when a person can fall asleep comfortably and knowing what they did, they knew what they was doing when they did it.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, that person, everybody got to sleep though. So at the end of the day, that's where I say it goes back to the person, yourself, not the person that did the actions, the person that wronged you. It goes back to what you allow. It goes back to what you allow. You know, I like the other saying, you know, sometimes on red flags look like six flags. You saw it. They saw it. You allowed it. They did it. They tested your gangster, whatever you want to call it. They ran out Main Street. But at the end of the day, you gotta ask yourself, whatever the situation is, this is like if your kid wrecked your car. Your son wrecked your car and shit. And then you got a new one. It's your baby and everything. You're like, I love this bitch. 2 years go by, son asking, I hold the car, Dad. How you feel? You think about how they wrecked that bitch. You gonna say, fuck no. Because at the moment, that's something you can't live with. You can't live with them crashing another car. So you're thinking about what happened in the past. It's 2 years later. You think about what happened in the past. And that's the first thing that comes to your mind because that's the pain.
Well, while you're in that moment, step 5 says, at the moment you feel upset, practice a simple stress management technique to soothe your body's fight or flight response. Because that's what you're actually feeling at the time, fight or flight. You want to know what decision I need to make. Do I need to, you know, stress this nigga out about this car and what he did the last time? Or do I need to just leave the whole situation alone? You know what I'm saying? So finding
Personally, I think I could've
woosah
killed him weeks
moment
ago,
before
but
you
hey, for
even
now, let's go.
respond, or you know what I'm saying, meditate, get your thoughts together, because you know what I'm saying, you don't know where other people are at in that, as far as your son, like you're saying, you don't know where he at in his age before you respond the way you want to respond naturally, because you're responding off of your feelings of what happened the last time.
Well, you respond to half off of that, but you're also responding the way you responded. Because in your head, you're like, well, this motherfucker really got the audacity to ask me that. And that's the first thing.
Based off of what you already been through, right?
Correct.
And that's how it made you feel a certain way, right?
Well, a certain way, and that's what I'm saying. It's a double-edged sword. It's a 50-50. That's what I'm saying. You're getting the pain from... The first thing that comes to your mind is, oh, this motherfucker got the audacity. The second thing is the remembrance of the pain. You're like, oh, well, last time my shit got wrecked.
Right.
So then, yes, your moral decision is based off of the last time. But at the end of the day, you got to step back and say, have I gave this person a chance? Da-da-da. So, you know, whether that chance was...
And that's that moment that 5 was talking about. Take that moment.
Well, yeah, let me finish. Whether it was that chance of, you know, he was driving in the car with me earlier, this nigga was all over the yellow lines or whatever. Like, but see, a lot of people don't know that they're being tested. speaking from the past, I know I wrecked two of my mother's cars. And basically, when it came, I didn't dare to ask for the keys to that motherfucker again. I called Grams up and was like, look, can you pick me up and take me to school? Grams said, here go the keys.
So if you guys are just tuning in, we're talking about the 9 steps to forgiveness. This is coming from psychologytoday.com. These are the 9 steps to forgiveness. We're actually on step 6. And step 6 states, give up expecting things from other people or your life that they do not choose to give you. Recognize the uncomfortable rules you have for your health or how or other people must behave.
Shit, I'll respond on that right away. I said, like my man Gates said, at the end of the day, the first thing you can learn about self is everybody ain't gonna do things the way you do. Everybody ain't gonna love the way you do. That man had to take a step back and remember he loved hard. And I'm that type of person myself, so I understand. If I love you hard, I love you hard. I give you everything I got. Boom, boom, boom. Whether you my best friend, my homie, my brother, whoever, you under my wing, that's my protection. But if you do me wrong, you know, things under, like he done fell out with a couple people. So, you know, things wrong, you got to go. And that's just my motto. But I gotta let you go because I know who I am and I know who you are. And that's just how I do things so I can live my life. It's all to each their own.
I think it just sums up to go back. It all goes back to understanding that you don't think like everybody else and everybody doesn't think like you. So the things that hurt you may not be that serious to other people. So what you're looking for forgiveness from or for, they don't even understand why you're looking for forgiveness.
That's why I make my choice. That's why I make my choice to go the other way. Because the way I love, I try to understand every aspect of a person because I fuck with you. So like I said, so if I fuck with you, for someone, like if I was to hear someone say that they don't even understand or they can't even try to comprehend or fathom, that would kind of upset me in a way. Not like anger me, but it would upset me in a way like, are you trying? Can you like sit down? Like, because if you say
but what if they actually tell you, like, yo, I don't understand it.
All right,
And they honestly telling you, I don't understand it. Do you still be mad? Or do you understand that the person don't understand it?
I understand that the person don't understand it. And then I'm not mad anymore, but then I can't fuck with you on the level that I did before. Because I can fuck with you with a distance. I can be cordial with you. I still got love for you. I still want to see you come up. But certain aspects of life I can't do with you, or I know certain things I can't do with you, or our relationship has to be different from that. Because I can't expect you to have my back the way I would have your back. Like I would still have your back the way you would have, the way I would, but I just know I can't count on you like that.
Well, this one thing my dad said to me a couple years ago, when motherfuckers get married, one of the things that people really don't cherish is for better or for worse. Because when you look at a relationship, boyfriend and girlfriend, it's the same motto.
It's the same model.
But you're not married. But it's the same model.
But if I got more then than I got now, and I done gave you a government seal, because that's all marriage really is a government seal.
I mean, yeah, it's just a piece of paper.
Piece of paper. So I done gave you a government seal, and now I'm getting less.
Less of what?
The back and forth. Because at the end of the day, me saying I want to marry you, give you my last name, unless you didn't understand what marriage was and you just didn't know some other shit. That's enough. That's a whole nother short topic. But I'm just gonna touch on a little something. A lot of people don't understand what marriage really is, and that's where they get things fucked up.
Right.
Because they get married for the show, they get cycle. And when you go that far, that's when I mean you get less. Because before then there was no title, there was no boom boom, and there was reciprocation back and forth on a level that made you want to say, I want that person. Whether it was the woman or the man. Just to make you say, I want that person and I want to spend the rest of my life. Now if you didn't make the decision off of that, then you don't know shit I'm talking about right now. But if you made the decision off of that, then that means you basically looking to keep that reciprocation going. And I'm not talking about, the reciprocation goes down because of health or wealth or anything like that. I'm talking about the reciprocation, the violence goes down because the other person just ain't there or ain't trying. But that's where I was going at with that. But back to the topic.
Well, step 7 tells you that you should put your energy into looking for another way to get your positive goals met than through the experience that has hurt you. Instead of mentally replaying your hurt, seek out new ways to get what you want. So whatever you wanted from the person that hurt you, that you're trying to forgive, seek other ways to get that enjoyment without having to have them involved.
Now I'm gonna put a disclaimer out there real quick. That is exactly how you read it word for word for a single person. Like that step. That is exactly how you read it, how you hear it, how you interpret it for a single person, word for word. Yeah. When you are married, there is a stipulation with that.
Well, that what you want goes out the window. Is what we can do. Or what we like.
We like. There's no I. It's a we.
But that's one of the things we talked about in one of our last episodes, entitlement. Now, is that a place where a person feels they're entitled to be able to do this, but not understanding?
Well, that's a whole nother topic.
Okay.
That we can come back to and touch on another time because that is very big. No.
Okay.
So the next step is step 8. Remember that a life well lived is your best revenge. Instead of focusing on your wounded feelings and thereby giving the person who caused you pain power over you, learn to look for the love, beauty, and kindness around you. Forgiveness is about personal power.
I'll take it to you with this, because those two steps kind of combine themselves. And where I want to go with it is where Will Smith went with the whole happiness thing.
Okay.
A lot of people don't understand what he meant with the whole happiness thing. You gotta find your happiness. I gotta find my happiness.
I'm not responsible for yours, and you're not responsible for mine.
We're just supposed to be happy together in a sense. Like if I got my happiness, you got your happiness, boom. But it's still on a level of respect. And see, a lot of people don't know rules and boundaries, and that's where you get your shit fucked up.
Yep.
Because your partner is like your best friend. Like when you look at girls and they got a best friend, they ride or die. They grow up together. They hang together. Like they did they dirt together. But at the same time, like
that's why I'm glad I'm a man. I did my dirt by my loan.
No, but even still, if you did your dirt by yourself, you did it with your best friend. At the end of the day, you had a best friend, and y'all ride together.
So the last step, which is step number 9, is amend your grievance story to remind you of the heroic choice you made as far as your rule to forgiveness. So just remind yourself how strong you were and what you had to go through or what you had to do to get to this point.
I'm going to go back to, like I said earlier, positive thinking, whether it's the little
So we want to remind you guys to follow us on Facebook. We're on Instagram, both at Chop It Up, capital C, capital I, capital U. It's Chop It Up. You can also, if you want to join the chat, we're on Skype. And also, you can find us on iTunes and Spotify. So the next time, we're going to go into our next segment, which is Strand of the Week. So our Strand of the Week is 24K Gold. It's a hybrid, also known as 24K or Kush Tangy, is a cross of Tangy and Kosher Kush, breeded by DNA Genetics in Amsterdam. The seed bank has identified 3 24K Gold phenotypes, one of which has a prominent Kush flavor with a citrus undertone, and another with a tangy leaning flavor. According to the DNA Genetics, the strand has an indica leaning lineage, but grows tall and produces above average yields. The top reported effects are aroused, creative, and relaxed. And the top reported flavors are a spicy herbal taste with an apple flavor and also an apricot taste.
Goddamn, that shit sound like a goddamn pie.
Man, that's some bullshit weed, man. 24 karat gold, I've had that shit. It is straight bullshit. It is, the kosher tangy taste takes over, and it almost tastes like tange, which tange is almost tasting like a candy cigarette, which is just bullshit, and it don't give you a kick. It's more for the fluff and the good, like there's a show from it. It's what you see out there in most dispensaries, and they selling it. You want some good shit, get you some blue cookies. That's Jamaican blue raspberry.
Well, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, that's what you need.
Well, we'll feature that the next episode, and I'll give y'all a good description on which is called blue raspberry.
Jamaican blue raspberry.
Jamaican blue raspberry. We'll do a description on that next week. So our next segment is Culture of the Week. And I'm sorry, Strand of the Week was brought to you by Weed Max.
Yeah, fuck with Weed Max. You can find them blue cookies on that Weed Max. That Oro Blanco.
So Culture of the Week is brought to you by Billboard.com and IBMD.com. So we got Track of the Week. And Track of the Week goes to my song. I love the song The Box by Roddy Ricch.
Hey.
My nigga, The Weeknd got an album of the week?
So album of the week, that's the next segment, which is After Hours out by The Weeknd. And that's he's won album of the week. And Flick of the Week is Onward. It's a Disney movie with 2 elven brothers who embark on a quest to bring their father back for one day.
You know why that's number one? Got them kids and owls.
It's a Disney movie.
Nah, because a lot of America got daddy issues.
Hey.
So our next segment is the weekly World and Entertainment, brought to you by World Star Hip Hop, TheGuardian.com, NYC Times, WBAL TV, and WorldMeters.info.
Shout out.
So let's start this off with Offset problems.
Coronavirus.
Offset problems. He's stuck in the house. So on World Star earlier this week, there were 2 reported videos. The first video has Offset playing Call of Duty when he hears Cardi walking towards the room and immediately grabs his phone and tries to hide it in his pocket. He succeeds before his wife enters the room with a "Hey babe." He says "Hey," and he continues to play as she exits the room. She says "I love you." Offset says the same. And before she could even walk the length of the hallway, Offset is back on his phone texting someone. I'm just saying, I don't even know where to go with that. It just looks off. So
Look, every good man has been in an awkward situation. And he wasn't even doing nothing. But it was just how it looked.
He was probably telling niggas, I'm about to get on in a few minutes. You getting on
You know what I mean? Like, it could have been something like that.
It just looked bad. It just looked bad because the second video that he comes back to explain himself, and Offset seems unbothered, talking about the blue sky, puffing his fat blunt. Then straight to it, he starts warding off negative energy, then states, "Stop making something out of nothing," and begins to talk about everything else. Folks out here dying every day. And then back to, "I don't be doing no negative nothing." He then states that he didn't look on FaceTime or anything, which he didn't. He sent a real quick text. That's what he did. I don't see him looking on FaceTime, anything like that. But he shot out one of the fastest texts I've seen in history.
That nigga's about to jump on Call of Duty.
So it was just the way it was set up. As a woman or wife looking at it, it looked a little off. But like he said, we're not even going to shoot no negative energy his way. We just reporting facts.
Hey, Offset, I got your back.
About to get the coronavirus, nigga.
So the next thing is Trump administration allows companies to break pollution laws during coronavirus pandemic. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency has suspended its enforcement of environmental laws during the ongoing coronavirus outbreak, signaling to companies they will not face any citation for polluting the air or water of Americans. Polluters will be able to ignore environmental laws as long as they can claim in some way these violations were caused by a COVID-19 pandemic. In the event of the immediate threat to the public, the EPA will defer to the state and consider the circumstances over whether it should be intervened. There are no end dates set for the dropping of the enforcement. So,
this shit is some bullshit.
Man, this shit was going on for a minute before, so I can't even blame that shit was going on for a minute. They just stamped his name.
Look, man, we watched this joint, Pandemic, on Netflix. We watched that.
sad.
I'm watching it again. Yo.
It said if you do get a chance to watch Pandemic on Netflix, it's really, really good.
Yo, they knew about this shit for a minute. And then Trump coming in doing what he was doing, man, he really did some damage.
So Baltimore-based Under Armour begins making medical face masks. The company is also exploring fabricating hospital gowns for the statewide medical system and will begin providing face masks to LifeBridge Health. It is currently discussing the needs for supplies with Johns Hopkins Medicine, MedStar, and other local medical institutions. I think that's wonderful.
Shout out to Under Armour.
Yeah, holla at us.
Money. Now you really getting that Steph Curry money.
Yeah.
Got that government money. Let it run long in your pocket.
Oh, yeah.
Maryland governor issues stay-at-home order amid coronavirus pandemic. The executive order took effect at 8 p.m. Monday. Anyone who violates the order will be guilty of misdemeanor that carries a possible sentence of up to 1 year in prison and or a fine up to $5,000. He states that people are not locked in their homes. We're just telling people that they need to stay in their homes except for essential and necessary things. We want people who have to go out to get food and they need to get prescriptions. You should be able to get outside for your own physical and mental well-being. You should be able to go for a walk and take your dog for a walk. You should not be going out in a crowd of people congregating at a park somewhere. This is what Governor Hogan had to state, which I totally agree. You should still be able to get out for your mental health and your physical needs, but you should not be congregating with people you don't know, chit-chatting, giving directions, doing crazy stuff. You just, nah, this ain't the time for that. I mean, you can be polite, but this ain't the time to be friendly.
Out playing basketball, all that bullshit.
Ain't the time.
Baltimore City.
And the reason that it ain't the time, because as of this morning, there are 912,307 cases of coronavirus, 45,541 deaths, and 191,826 people that have recovered. So thank God for the recovered people. Praying for the people that are dealing with it, and RIP to those who have passed. And that is our weekly world and entertainment. Once again, we want you guys to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, all of that good stuff. Remember, if you want to chat live with us, you can find us on Facebook Live, and you can also find us on Skype. And if you would like to join in the conversation, you don't have to put your face on, but you can definitely join in via chat or audio.
Hey, I'm going to play something for y'all before we go. There's a message from Samuel Jackson. It's on YouTube everywhere, man. This shit is funny. Here's his nursery rhyme.
Technical difficulties. Well, we'll add that to the show and have that up for you guys later. But we want to thank you guys for joining in, and we appreciate you. See you next week. I'm the Mrs.
And this is Seven the Slayer. Welcome to Chopper.
Roll something.
Stay tuned and enjoy.